Hello everyone, in today's recipe I'm going to be sharing with you on how to make this delicious achara soup. Guys, if you've never had this soup before, this is the perfect time for you to make this soup is so delicious. The achara makes a whole lot of difference in your egusi and okazi. So today guys, I'm just going to share with you on how to make this pot of deliciousness. So make sure to watch this video to the end. Into the pot now, I'm going to be adding in the stockfish head. You know what they say about stockfish head, right? They are so flavorful and is very good for your soups. So I added in some meat stock, my blender pepper, seasoning powder, and salt. So I'm just going to mix this up a little bit and I'll cover this pot and allow this to boil. Few minutes later, this is what we have. It's already boiling up. Right now, I'm going to be adding in my mackerel fish to this. You can use the smoked one, but I'm using the fresh mackerel fish. Adding some yellow habanero pepper. See, it's not complete without this yellow pepper. So adding a little bit of crayfish, you'll be adding more later on in the recipe. Just stir everything, mix it all together. See, right now, I'll be adding a little more water into this, but I'm using the meat stock because I've already boiled my meat. So I'm using the meat stock for this. Cover this up. So once it's boiling, you don't want the fish to be scattered. So go on right now and add in the palm oil. Use a very good palm oil for this soup because you don't want anything to spoil the taste of the soup. And it's time to add in my cooked goat foot. I use the goat foot for this. So I've already well cooked and seasoned this. It's a stock we've been using all this while in making the soup. So I'm just going to allow this, just allow the whole thing come together. Cover up the pot and allow this come together. Once it's boiling up like this, it's time to add the egusi. And the egusi, I just mixed it with just warm water and I'm scooping it in like this. The original recipe requires you to use those egusi balls for this, but this is my family preference, so I am making it this way. So after the egusi have solidified, I'm just going to stir this up together. The soup is looking very thick, so I'm just going to add a little water to loosen this up. You can as well loosen it up to your desired taste and preference. But the original recipe wants this soup very light. It's not supposed to be thick, but I'm just making it to our own preference. So I've added in a little water to loosen up the soup and allow this egusi cook properly. Taste and adjust the seasoning. I added in a little more salt and seasoning powder because of the water that we added into the soup. After mixing these, I'll go ahead now and add in my deboned banla fish. This is well deboned. So add in the banla fish and you're going to allow this to sit in this soup for a while before you add in the next ingredient. Just make sure to stir this in properly. By now, with the aroma from the food, you know that you are up for one deliciousness. So next now, I'll add in these ozoza leaves. See, these hot leaves is just a game changer. It just helps highlight any leaf that you add into the soup. So I'm just going to allow the hot leaves boil a little bit, bring out its flavor before we now add in the okazi. For the okazi, I've already washed and pounded it a little bit in my mortar because you won't want it to be too long. That is why it is this way. So adding the okazi into your soup, you have to be very generous with that. So make sure to stir in everything together. Like I told you at the beginning of the video, this is one delicious soup you need to try out. And the original recipe requires for this soup to be light, like I have already said, but this is my family preference, hence I am making it this lumpy and thick. So make sure to mix everything all together. If you want your soup light, just proceed to add in more water as you want. But if you like it this way, just leave it like this and continue preparing. It is so delicious. The next thing now we'll be adding is this achara. The achara leaves comes with the bag. The bag has already been removed in the market, so it is quite easy. Just wash and just add into the pot. This is how it looks like when the bag has already been removed. So just add it into the pot, and this is the last thing we'll be adding into the pot. We don't want it completely soft. You want it a little bit crunchy, hence you are adding it as the last thing into the pot. So we're going to stir this all together, allow it to bring out its own flavor. Just few minutes on fire before we turn off the heat. Guys, you need to try this recipe. See, you need to try this recipe out. I'm just making sure to stir this all together and the soup is ready. Make sure you keep your eye on it. So once the achara is a little bit soft, still crunchy, just turn off your heat and that is it guys. Your okazi egusi achara soup is ready. So the perfect swallow for this is usually fufu for me. I don't know about you. And thank you guys for watching this recipe to this point. If you are still here and you've not yet subscribed to our channel, please just do so. And don't forget to share this recipe with someone to try out this deliciousness. I will see you guys next time. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.